In order to solve environmental problems including air pollution on a global scale, the government, residents, citizens group, companies, and schools must take the initiative and work in cooperation with each other. We would like to introduce the Kitakyushu Environment Museum, which has been developed as a base facility for such efforts. What is the role of the Kitakyushu Environmental Museum? Kitakyushu City has been working hard to create an environmental city. Without the participation of citizens, the city cannot be developed. For this reason, the Environmental Museum was established 20 years ago as a facility where each citizen can learn about the environment. Many citizens and business people can enjoy learning the environment and think it together. This is a facility to lay the foundation for creating an environmental community together. What are the features of the Kitakyushu Environmental Museum? First, the museum possesses the valuable materials in the history of various environments in the past. Another important feature is the interactive communication. I mentioned earlier that we should think together. We are not only explaining various environmental issues, but we are also considering the questions of the visitors and building the future of better environment together. I think that is one of the main features of the museum. The entrance to the Environmental Museum is a place where visitors can learn about the nature and the history of Kitakyushu. What kind of nature is existed and how the city has developed, and then move on to the next zone. Kitakyushu is a place that is really rich in nature. At the same time, Kitakyushu has developed as an industrial city. This zone describes the process of the development. The first zone introduces the history of the industrial development in Kitakyushu. The city of Kitakyushu has developed as an industrial city. One of the reasons behind this is the geographical advantages that energy source coal was mined around the city. And it was close to the continent, which made it easier to import iron ore. This photo shows the first modern steel mill in Japan. Centered on these steel works, various industries, such as chemical industry and ceramic industry, were established and developed in Kitakyushu. The next zone exhibits the sad incidents and pollution that took place behind the scenes during the industrial development. The place where I am now is the very place in this photo. Smoke was emitted as shown in the photo. Up until a certain point, we believe that this was a symbol of prosperity and development.
でも
However,
その
on the other hand,
ここから
the
出てく
dust,
る
sulfurous gas,
ア
and
硫酸
other
ガス
toxic substances
そういった
coming out of this factory caused a huge damage to the residents.
及ぼしたわけであります。この施
In
設
this
では
museum, the
売
actual
人が
roof tile
いろんな屋根とかに
ingrained
こび
with
りつい
soot
た
and dust is
現物
displayed
をですね展示して、そして
so that people
公
can
害の
understand the
恐ろし
fear
さ
of
と
pollution.
いうものを理解していただくようにしております。
The pollution in
北九州
Kitakyushu
のこのような公害問題というものは
has improved dramatically over the past 20 years.
改善いたしました。この改善は
Companies have been working hard to prevent the release of harmful substances. The government has established systems,
そして
and citizens also have made efforts in various ways to deal with the environmental problem.
取り組みを行ってきたわけであります。
Here, visitors can learn by materials to show what triggered for solving these problems. It was a local women's group that studied and appealed to everyone in the city
この町を
where their children were suffering from health problems to make a cleaner place to live in.
そしてみんなに訴えかけた。それが
This women's group effort led to a movement to drive companies and governments to work together to solve this problem.
わけであります。この
The next
次
zone
のゾーンですけども、
offers a place where people can think about global scale environmental issues in an easy to understand manner.
一般の市民の
For
方
the
々
general
にとって
public,
は地球環境
global
問題と
environmental
いう
issue
のは
seems to be
何か
indifferent to
遠い
them.
世界のように感じる部分があるんだろうと思います。でも実際には
There are a variety of devices here to help people have fun learning and thinking about how their own lives are connected to these global
どの
environmental
ように
issues
つながってい
in a
るのかという
game-like way.
楽しくゲーム感覚の中で考えてもらう、そういった装置がいろいろとここに備わっています。例えば
For example,
あそこに
there is a food mileage
フードマイ
puzzle
レージ
here,
のパズルがあるんですが、この自分たちが食べている
which shows how
食
far
料、
the
こ
food
れ
we
がどれ
eat
くらい
is
の距離運ばれ
transported
てきて、どれくらい
and
の
how
二
much
酸化炭素を
carbon
出してい
dioxide
る
is
そうい
emitted
ったところが数字で
with
現れる
numerical figure so that visitors can visualize and realize to feel the global
そう
environmental
いった仕
issues.
掛けがあります。次のゾー
The
ン
next
は
zone offers a place to think about sustainability.
考えるゾーンです。まず
First, it is a place to think of the problem of waste.
ここは
This shows the waste treatment and recycling system of Kitakyushu
リ
City.
サイクルのシステムをここに表しています。特に重要な
What
点
is
は
particularly important is that the visitors can see how the waste is treated
最
and
終的に
utilized
自分
as
たちにどういう
resources
ふうな製品として返
and
ってく
to
る
see what kind of
こういった
products
とこ
will
ろを
be
見ていただ
recycled
きながら自分たち
and what kind
が
of recycled products will be returned to them
ゴミを
in the
分
end.
別して出さなければいけないのかとか、そうい
And they
った
can
ことを
consider
みん
how
な
they
で
separate
考え
and dispose
そう
their
いった場
waste.
所がここで次に
Next is the
エネル
energy
ギーの問題です
issues.
北
The
九州
city
市は
of Kitakyushu
かな
has
り以
been
前から
working
エネルギー
enthusiastically
問
on
題に
energy
熱心
issue
に取り組み
for quite some time
ここにあるような
and has been
たくさんの
actively introducing many new energy sources as displayed here.
それと同時に
In
生ま
addition,
れたエネルギー
the city has been performing various experiments to utilize the energy generated in the system.
やってます。まさにこ
This
のエネルギ
energy
ー問
issue
題というのは
is an important factor in maintaining sustainability,
ファクターであり、北九州
and
市は
Kitakyushu
今
is now taking on challenge of
新エネだ
various
けじゃなく
energy
て水
systems,
素エネルギーの水素
not
タウンの
only
整
new
備であった
energy,
りとか
but also hydrogen energy and the development of
エネルギー
hydrogen
システムに
towns.
チャレンジしています。最後
The
の
last
ゾーン
zone
は
introduces
今
more
北九州
specifically
市が 産業であった
what
りとか、
北九州 City is doing
それから
in
街づく
terms
りであ
of
ったりとか、
industry
そういったところを
and urban
具体的に
development.
どんな動きをしているのかを紹介しています。我々
We
は
have been making
今まで
efforts
いろん
on
な形の
environmental
中で環境
issues
問題
in
につい
various
ての
ways.
取り組みを行ってきました。そこには
Through those
たくさんの
efforts,
技
we
術
have
であったり、
acquired a lot of technology, know-how, and wisdom.
そういったものが備わってきたわけです。それを
We would like to share and think together not only within 北九州, but also with other cities around the world that are facing similar challenges.
一緒に共有して一緒に考えていきたい。
This is why 北九州 has established the Asia Low Carbon Center to transfer such technologies and know-how. Now, City of 北九州 is actively promoting exchanges with many cities around the world,
技術を移転する
not
だけ
only
で
to transfer
逆に
technology,
我々もその都市
but
から
also
素
to
晴ら
learn
しい
from
ところを
each
学び合
other.
ってそういった交流を積極的に進めています。さらに言えば
In addition,
ここで
it is important for
学んだ
citizens
こと
to actually
それを
take
実
what
際
they
に
have
市民
learned
にとって
here
は
and apply it
自
to
分の
their
行動
own actions and
活動に
activities.
つなげていくということが重要です。これまで学んだ方
Those who
た
have
ち
learned here
いろ
are
んな
taking
形で
various forms of
こうした
environmental
環境活動
activities,
環境行動
environmental
今の自
actions,
分たちの
and
生活
reviewing
の
their current
見直
lifestyle.
しそういったところにつなげていっています。まさに
This
こ
is
の環
exactly
境
the
ミュー
role
ジアム
of
は
the environmental
こういった
museum
市民の
to
活動の
motivate the
広がり
spread of these activities by citizens
動機づけ
and
をし
to
て
make them bigger and
も
bigger.
っともっと大きくしていく
I
これが
believe this is the
こ
mission
の環
of
境ミュー
this
ジアムの
environmental
役割だ
museum.
と思っています。僕たち
We will
は
think it
この
together
場所で
with
市
every
民のみん
citizen
なと一緒
here.
になって考えそして
We will work
問題
together
解決に
to
向けて
solve
一
the
緒になって
problem.
取り組んでいくそのよ
We
う
would
な
like
北
to
九州
continue
市の
efforts
大き
to
な
make a big
動き
movement
となる
in
ように努
Kitakyushu
力してい
City.
きたいというふうに考えています。
What is the environmental study supported system?
あの
Environmental Study Supporter Program is one of the main features
今おっしゃら
of
れ
the
た
Environmental
環境
Museum.
学習サポーター制度があるということは言えようかと思います。なぜかというと我々の
Not
説
only
明
we
とか
provide
議論だけではなく
explanations
て
and
市
discussions,
民目線に立った中で
but also
わかり
many
や
of
す
the
く伝える
citizens as
市民の
supporters
多くの方々がサポ
think
ータ
about
ー
what
として
kind of
自分
tools
で
they can use
どういう
to
ツール
communicate
を使って
the importance of the
みんなに
environment
環境の大切さを
in a way
伝えよ
that
うか
is
という
really easy to understand
一人一
from
人
the
が考え
citizen's
そしてこ
perspective
こにいらっしゃったお客様に対
and
して
explain it
そ
to
う
the
いったものを
visitors.
こう説明している。これはす
I
ごく
think this is a lot of fun,
楽しさと
and at the same time, it's a great learning experience,
大きな
and it gives
そ
a
の
great
感
power
動
to the
にな
museum.
っていると思っています。
Are there any activities that you offer here?
あの北九州ここに来られる方たち
We usually
年間
receive over 200,000 visitors
普通の
a
年であれば
year,
10万人以上が来られてるんですけども
but we are
それだけで
also
はなくて
actively trying to go out
積極
and
的に
create
外に出ていって
opportunities for people to think
そ
about
してみんなに
environmental
環境問
issues.
題について考える場を作っていこうとしています。例えば
For
出張ミュージア
example,
ム
we go out
という
to the
形で
places where we receive the application to make a
そして
traveling
求めら
museum.
れた課題に対して
We
い
explain
ろいろと
various
説明をし
requested issues
一緒
to
にディ
them
スカッションをする
and
そういった場
discuss
をで
with
すね
them.
設けています。
What is the response from visitors and participants?
皆さんですね
I believe
こち
it
らに
has
来られ
been
て
well received
楽し
that
く環
visitors
境が
enjoy
学べた
learning the environment
好評だと
by
思ってい
attending
ま
our
す
program.
その中でも
What
特に
makes us especially happy is that many of them say they have discovered things
そう
that
いう
have
ことを
not
ですね
been
たくさん
noticed
の方がお
before.
っしゃられる。これは僕
Receiving
らに
such
とって
words makes us feel
やってよ
rewarding.
かったなというふうに思うことであります。で一
We
方で
also need to
僕
do
ら
a
はもっ
better
ともっ
job
と
of explaining
みんな
things
に
in a fun and
楽しく
easy to
わかりやすく
understand way to
して
everyone.
いく必要もあろうとか 思っています。
We would like to continue to create a place where people can learn together while talking with each other in an interactive way.
そのような場を作っていきたいと思っています。
What is important in running a facility?
僕らの方
Not
から
to be
一方
one-sided.
的にならないことです。みんな人それ
Each
ぞれ
person is
に
different,
環境問題に対しての
so
疑
that
問であったり
everyone
とか
has their own
これから
questions about
どういうふう
environmental
に取り
issue
組めばいいんだろうか
and
とか
take different
いうこと
approaches.
一人一人が違うんだと思っています。そういった
We
人
are
たちの
trying to catch the voices
声
of
というものを
those
し
people
っかりと
and
僕らはキャ
respond
ッ
to
チしな
them
がら
in a way
そ
that
して
meets
そのニーズ
their
に合った
needs.
形の中で答えていく。お
I
互い
would
の
like
そう
to
いった
place
双方向
importance
の
on
やり
this
取り
kind
と
of
いうものを
interactive communication
大事に
or
して
two-way
いきたいと
exchange.
考えています。
Finally, please give us a message from the director.
この
The
環境ミュージ
environmental
アム
museum is a place to learn about the
学ぶ場
environment,
でありますけども、
but it has also a lot of fun.
そしていろいろと
The
環境を
museum
学
is
ぶにあたって
designed
の
with a
ポイントみたいな
contrivance
ところ
for
に
communicating the
しっかり
various
と
points to
我
learn
々
about the
伝え
environment.
ていく仕掛けもございます。ぜひともですね、皆さん機
If
会
you
があった
have a
ら
chance,
この
please visit this
環境ミュー
museum
ジアムを訪れて一緒
and
に
talk about the
語っ
environment
て
with us.
いければと思ってますので、皆さん
We look
お待
forward
ち
to
を
your
して
visit.
ます。歓迎いたします。